disconnected. There go an official warning. Yeah, like just let me know I'm disconnected. All right. Then it says reconnection successful. Let me see if anybody in true Discord for a moment. Nope, nobody's on. But yeah, yep. Logan's Run. The special effects in there was all right. It was all right for the time that it was made. It got the purpose across. It got the purpose across. It isn't that wild. Like as long as the magic works, the intent is able to get across. When the magic is ruined, a different intention is brought about. I'm thinking about when the curtain is pulled sometimes on psychedelic trips. And it's a lot of reports of people encountering beings and they like, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Or you're in another field and you got this feeling that people watching you. Like I hear this in reports of DMT and they say you arrive at a place and the beings like, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be seeing this. Like what's going on? Like the magic is ruined. That's how I was doing during my silent darkness trip, where I was jumping from reality to reality and the cameras was on me. I kept figuring out. I kept ruining the magic without going too deep. I kept ruining the magic by saying, "Yo, I created all of this. Zoom out, there go the camera. I created this too. Zoom out, there go the camera." So that's interesting how movies always have to be able to work their magic in order for their like purpose to get across, in order for people to live in it. That's why the magic of Disney is so strong. The magic of these movies, like the CGI is getting more integrated and more better, realistic, so-called realistic, like more intertwined with this reality. Like y'all see the Pokemon movies, Pokemon Detective. Like it all started with Roger Rabbit. Shout outs to Roger Rabbit. That was a cool show, movie where they was combining cartoons with people from this reality. I see I'm gonna have to move the computer from this place. I was trying to indifferences because it keeps disconnecting, reconnecting, even the Discord. So we gonna get this working. We gonna get this working, and it is working so far for the purpose that it wants to create. So yeah, I don't know what I was going on, but well, Logan's Run the movie. It was a cool movie because it was this guy that went out to shoot people to kill. Well, he didn't even see it as killing people. Like in his mind, he saw it as he was terminating runners, terminating people that was disobeying the system. Cause in this system, you died when you was 30, but you can get reinstated by renewed by going signing up for carousel. So everybody lived their life. Everything was all glorious. But when you hit 30, it was this crystal on your hand that red and be like, all right, it's time for you to go to carousel. And if you get renewed, then hey, then you get to live to be 31, and it's all fine and dandy. But if not, you knew what this was all about, and it's all you had as much fun as you did with no regrets. You say la vie it all the way through. And trust me, in this movie, they say la vie a lot. It was this carousel where, I mean, it was this other thing, not carousel, this thing where if they wanted to close the door, please. It was this thing where if they wanted to have sex, they had to, at nighttime, just to get together, you would just put your name on this list. And it seemed like it was only if it was a female, too. They ain't really do the males. You would sign up for this list, and then around a certain time of the night, you would just appear in this random person's room. But they was all part of the same society. But appear in this person's room, and then y'all just have fun and did what y'all did, and then went back. It was wild. But without going too much into detail of the movie, the runner, the guy that was used to killing, because then it was these runners that didn't want to go sign up for carousel, and you found out they had more of the truth, and the more of the truth was that everybody died. You get a big hint of this in the beginning. That's why the magic is ruined for people that watch in 2019, really. But everybody dies on carousel, so that's what the runners are running away because they said, "Man, this is all set up. I ain't dying. I ain't signing myself away." So it's this place called Sanctuary that they created that's like on a hush hush, it's on a humbug. So now this person that is used to killing the people that runs the runners, he is now considered a runner because the system manipulates his something inside of him to make his life expectancy like shoot up to 30 or make him seem like he's 30 and about to die. So then he's fearing for his life and he's trying to talk to this person he always suspected was a runner or connected to the sanctuary. He's like, yo, you gotta tell me where these people are. You gotta tell me where these people are. Because I'm dying. I'm one of y'all now. And he's like, they ain't gonna trust you, motherfucker. You used to kill all of us. You used to terminate them. He's like, that's it. He said, yeah, that's the term. I used to terminate him, not kill him. It was my job. It was my job. It was my duty. It was my duty. And that's like what I'm seeing now, though. With the cops in society. And not all cops, because it's good cops and it's self-aware cops. I'll say that because I don't believe in good or bad nothing because the law that they're forced to obey has its own, has all the kinks and stuff in there that, man, oh man. But the non-self-aware cops, I'll put it like that, the non-self-aware cops that they display in the news and that I seen in my neighborhoods growing up, they remind me of the runners. They remind me of the people that just killed the runners without really calling it killing, but saying that it was my duty. This is what I had to do. They had a weapon. They were suspicious, even if they didn't have a weapon. They threatened my life. They came off as threatening. They was disobeying. And all they had to do was comply to the system that everybody else was already complying to. And Logan's Run, after he found that it was a sanctuary and that it was this old guy that lived with cats. Nobody knew what cats was. It was this older guy that was just living in his own zone. It looked like he was tripped out all the time. You know how old men are, like they seem like they always tripping. Like how goofy it is, that goofy stuff. So that's what happened. He went back and nobody wanted to hear him. They was like, man, you crazy. He thought he got this big old revelation. Reminded me of Psychedelic Trip too. You get this big old like impact of what's going on and experiences. It's that still the experience is still subjective to you, but it seems though the underlying truth is like, yo, everybody needs to experience this love, light, and peace that I have seen and that we all can see and experience. Y'all need to know. And I used to be like this when I first started the channel. Like, y'all gotta know. But now I'm just like, I'm just talking to the people that had this experience and I'm just telling stories. I don't know what I'm doing really. But you get this, a lot of people get this, young people get this as well, where they want, like, I want to tell people about my experience. I want to tell the world. I want to dose up the world. Everybody got to eat mushrooms. Everybody's supposed to take a psychedelic. If you don't take a psychedelic, then I don't know what's going on. And then, like, that you go through all these thoughts and questions and experiences and venting out to anybody that's near. And then once you get more seasoned vet in it, you start realizing that the people are still going to do what they're going to do. Just like you are still going to do what you're going to do. But your version of do what you're going to do is now based off of these mushroom experiences. So now you just got more something to do, but you're still just running off doing what you got to do. That's another Thai tidbit. And I'm sorry too if y'all chatting in there, because I'm gonna show y'all again, I still can't see anything. I'm trying to bring it up now. But it says encoder overload when I do that. So I'm gonna keep it like this. But let me try this. Delete this. Woo. See if it still says overload. We're gonna keep going. Yeah, but living in a Logan's Run type world isn't really all that bad. It really is not all that bad. But it is, and to say that it's not all that bad mean that it is all that bad, because I'm aware that it is all that bad. But then again, it's not all that bad. It just is. It is what it is. Oh, there it goes. Now I can see some in the chat. All right, I had to refresh it. It took a long time. What's going on? What's going on, Mati Sanchez? Hey, hey. Finally see something. Then I can pause this so that it's not more overloading. And I can put the Discord in the right chat because it looked like it was never put in there. There it goes. But yeah, the movie was reminding me of our society, and waking up. What I was before I got into that change, I was talking about waking up and like having these psychedelic experiences and trying to come back to being a human. I was having this conversation a little bit with Elevated 94. I think that's the numbers at the end. He was having a LSD experience, but he was like alone and meditating. So it was so profound. It was profound that it was like related to DMT, like scenarios going on, like with thought process, losing what it is to be human, or getting away from what it means to be human, like getting away from the worries and the concerns and the what is that, the direction, like I gotta do this and I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And he was talking to me about how can we integrate back into this society, like into this society that kind of treats us like slaves, knowing what's on the other side, or knowing who we really are and things like that. He was talking to me about this yesterday. And there is no one answer to that. There is no one answer to that. There is no, I think it's just experiences, and we just get little tidbits from what that person saw and did, and go about life with what we were doing as it goes, because they killed Logan. They killed Logan. But it's not even about not talking out, because you see here we not talking out. But what I mean about freaking out is like when you start freaking out, it's like you killing yourself. You not doing nothing but killing yourself. No, not even really worrying about the other people, but just about what you're up to. It seems though you're not restful. You can't you don't get real rest. Your mind is so anxious about having to get stuff out, having to pronounce yourself. That's why I kind of like repeated psychedelic journeys. Repeated psychedelic journeys. I was listening to Paul Stamets. He was talking about how he does 2 big trips a year, and he microdoses throughout the rest of the months. But with so much more out there, is no telling how much he done DMT throughout the years. And I know other people, on the way other people out there, shout outs to Ozo, that take bigger doses, even more. So I know there's even other people out there that's just beyond my imagination, or not beyond my imagination. I could just make up some shit real quick, but y'all get the picture. Y'all get the picture. Hopefully. It says 24 minutes on there and 14 minutes on here. I guess they broke it up into 2 streams. But what I meant about the repeated psychedelic trips is how much they keep your mind renewed, keep your mind fresh. Like how people go out to, and I'm not saying it replaces physical exercise, because people, you get this. There it is. Like if you didn't have one in a long time, Excuse me. Excuse me. Like if you didn't have one in a long time, your mind starts settling on the experiences, and then your brain is like that mechanical brain motherfucker start making up a story saying this is what happened, this is how it's going to be for the future forever on. When the mushrooms like, hold up, wait, didn't we just wrap your whole mind about how this is all a joke the last time? But the thing is, they can't really tell you that as profoundly unless you have that experience again. And if nothing is living up to that experience that you had a long time ago, or off that last time you took shrooms, if nothing is living up to that, then that has now become a staple and just a reality. When in every experience, when a profound experience shows you that there is no just one reality, and your foot is placed upon many rivers and many oceans and many streams of consciousness all at the same time. But when you're settling on one or witnessing one, you're in that one. And it's fun and dandy, it's fine and dandy, but that's just playing one game on the Xbox, one game on the PS4, soon to be PS5, one game on that souped up computer you got. One game on that supercomputer. One game. Imagine playing one game on a quantum computer. That new quantum computer that Google came out. Imagine just playing one game on that. You're like, man, I'm just gonna play this one game on here forever, and that's it. It's a freaking quantum computer that outperforms every computer that was ever made by humans, like in our recorded history. You can open it. Yes. Yes, it's behind the TV. I mean the couch. Go ahead. And when what was I tying on? What was I tying on? Mechanics, using the brain. Oh man. I stopped it. I stopped the stream. See, that's why I need somebody else here with me. Oh yeah, settling. If somebody a thought came into my head, it's always somebody here with you. And as soon as I had that thought, I got back on track. It was before I get back off track again from laughing so much. Not being settled in one reality, and how repeated trips allow you to get your mind refreshed, because getting we start getting groggy. Like you start getting naturally groggy playing the same game for a long time. Playing that same game on the PlayStation. That's what I was saying. You're playing that same game on the PlayStation or something. You've been playing that game for a long time, bro. You start getting bored with it. And now imagine if you started getting bored with it, but you felt as though that you couldn't get out of it. Then you start feeling like you trapped in it. But why would you feel trapped in it? But why feel trapped in it if you're aware that there are these keys that open doorways to play another game? Or play the game, or yet play the game at a higher difficulty. At a higher difficulty. Because it's people that's enjoying these games that we enjoy, and you see this a lot in PlayStation. In Nintendo too. But Nintendo World is kind of like a everybody friendly type thing. But when you get to like playing Street Fighter or Tekken or more technical fighting games as opposed to Super Smash Brothers, when you start messing with the difficulty settings, or even adventure games like a God of War that I'm playing through right now, it really ups the ante. It ups the ante on your focus. And what I mean by focus, how much you allow your thoughts to stray and start focusing on other things. You can't be doing that when you on extra difficult, like playing on proud mode in Kingdom Hearts, as they call it. So I think when you really, some people probably jump up to that level and then they have all these other thoughts going on and they like, I can't take this, I can't take this. I wish life was simple again. And then it's people that's always playing it on simple because they playing by the rules. They like, I just want to laugh and enjoy life. I'm not making it too overly complicated. And they playing on easy or something. Like little kids, like little kids in on Earth, because in another dimension or aliens, they probably used to playing it on a higher level to begin with, and their higher level is a human lower level. I mean, their higher level is a human's highest level. You can open it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Close the door. Okay, I can see you. Go ahead. Go ahead. uh, that's the daughter. That's the daughter. What else? What was going on? Well, I'm just gonna say moving on to different realities and being able to experience every time. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Why do they say that's the way the cookie crumbles? Like if my cookie is crumbling, what does that mean? That's just the way the cookie crumbles. I gotta be satisfied with the cookie that I have because the rest crumbled, or do I just gotta learn to bake better cookies? So that don't crumble. Add some more baking soda, some more baking powder. So, man, I really got off tangent, guys. I really got off. Anyways, is that what they do in movies? Anyways, hmm. Anyways, we should never. I just never like to really feel trapped. I never like that feeling of feeling trapped because whenever somebody feels trapped, I think that's what I was on. Yo, much love, Astro Way. Much love. Everything is good. Everything is all fine and dandy. You see, I got the computer back on. Bitch and match different computers that I had to make just one thing come back and work again. And I'm tying on mushrooms and DMT, and how without these tools, like you really feel like you trapped in a reality. Or when you spread your trips real far apart, you start like, and this only for the real psychonauts out there. You really start feeling trapped, or feeling not feeling trapped, but you start feeling these thoughts that can make you feel like you trapped start coming on, like worries and doubts about yourself. And then you like look around and I see that like, yo, this is what everybody else is just living off of. And like that's the baseline. Like I forgot all about that. What's going on, Mina? I forgot all about that. I forgot all about feeling like that. Like, no, no, this is not it. Can you close the door for me? Can you close the door for me? But that feeling of being trapped is easy. Is easy to get out of. It's so easy to get out of, but but having these psychedelic trips is something else, and it's not labeled. Don't think that I'm trying to label this under escapism as a, oh, this is how you escape. But then again, it is how you escape. But to the person that really ties on it, you ain't really escaping from it because you just see that It's all part of the big picture and the small picture at the same time. There is no running away from anything. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. And that's the wild. I'm gonna see how this all comes together and see if it stitches all these videos back together. That would be cool. But if y'all want to help the channel rise up, please find if you have a way that you can support the channel, so I can actually probably pay for internet, not use my neighbors, because that's what's going on right now, and just have the channel go on, because I want to have guests come on and have their videos on, like True Life, Kalindi, Savanya, the awesome lady that lives in California that's from Russia, or anybody that wants to share their story. I want to have the bandwidth to have that experience come about. So that's what that's about. That's what that's about. Because right now the internet is somewhere else upstairs. I'm in an apartment, so it's not 100%, but it's at a working percent. And that's what I like the mushrooms have you deal with, that you don't feel so trapped. Because when worries and doubts start getting on you, you start feeling trapped. And that's what, like, even with me working with the mechanics and the ins and outs of trying to run this show, like, experience would tell me. I would start feeling like this is trapped. Say, oh man, I can't do this. Oh man, I wish I could do that. Instead of focusing on what I actually can do. And once I actually focus on what I actually can do, that feeling of being trapped goes away. And then the squeaking horn, oh yeah, this is a joke. And I was just playing the game of feeling like I was trapped. And the cameras is all zooming in, like, here he is. Here goes that moment where he feels as though all hope is lost. Zoom in on them tears. Because we got his heart pacing. We got his heart pacing. Keep it up. Like, that's all you doing that. Because I know that people, and this is to really help people as well. Because I know people really getting so, man, somebody's really out there torturing me. There's this master of puppets that's pulling the strings. Shout outs to Metallica. Twisting your minds as fast as your dreams. I probably butchered that. Because I always hear, twisting your minds and fast as the dreams. Because all of you hear, scream, master, master, masters of puppets is pulling the strings. And I know that's a big world. That's a big world. Because growing up listening to metal music without the aid of psychedelics, it wakes you up to all these truths. All these truths. Like, I always bring up Marilyn Manson. It was a new cover he just came up with. What was it? Sooner he covers Sooner or Later God's Gonna Cut You Down. You can run on for a long time. You can run on for a long time, but sooner or later he's gonna cut you down. Sooner or later God's gonna cut you down. And how more metal is that? Like, how more metal can you get with that? But that metal, like, without my aid of having the psychedelics to bring me to a calm, like, overall sense, I was lost in just that one reality, that one piece of the puzzle, like just one half of the whole puzzle. I don't know what kind of example I'm trying to make. And the whole puzzle. So I was running along saying, I got the truth, man, I got the truth. But then look how that truth was correlating to my life. I had a lot of anxiety about me, the way I looked out the world. I looked at everybody as being stupid. Like, they ain't really know what was going on, and they was giving their powers away to imaginary figures, and they didn't really know how much they wasn't really paying attention to the bad side of life, or the things that go wrong and chaotic, and not in society and in their own mind. Like, I didn't see the Joker movie yet, but I know about the Joker because I watched Batman and I've read Batman all growing up. So I know how the Joker mentality is. I held that mindset in my own head. And in my experiences for a long time. For a long time. Like the Joker, Harley Quinn was my girl. I was like, yo, I gotta get myself a Harley Quinn. She just as loopy as me. And I still see all of those play factors because it's still fun. I'm still a human being, but that was just my character. Like I just wanted Harley Quinn. I just wanted to focus on the chaos that was brewing about in my own mind and the chaos that was brewing about in other people's mind. And that was about it. Because I was like, this is the truth. It's more truth. It seems more real than whatever the hell I was feeling before. So it was something that was rupturing my system, fracturalizing me. I was a fracture. Yeah, fracture. I was thinking about getting a fracture in your bone, like splitting it apart, but and fractalizing realities. It was breaking apart my reality. I always want to live on the edge. But now with mushrooms, they allow me to say like, yes, that is the truth. Sooner or later, God's going to cut you down, but it's not as much as a cut, but it's going to seem like a cut because all the things that you ever were is just going to be cut off, and now you're going to be something else, or even probably just reset in this life, and now you just start all over again. But having that worry just puts that word in English, that cut down, going to cut you down. God's going to cut you down. So, so then you start drinking your life away. Because you're like, man, whatever. Like, it's good to drink. It's cool to drink. But I would never want to drink my life away. That's just me. I don't drink my life away. Like, and that comes with drowning out your worries. Like, yeah, I'm worried about this. Go, go, go. Or shot, shot, shot. I ain't worried no more. And that's what's not. It doesn't surprise me anymore. That's just another program trying to say, yeah, this surprises me. But I'm gonna say that it is weird. It is very strange, and it should not be cool at all that mushrooms is not given in the same respect as alcohol. As term as, hey, I can just take a little dose. That's why all these microdose experiments and experiences I'm putting out there, and I want you to tie and put yours out there because you, at the right dose, like I feel drunk, but not as much, I guess, as if I was to take an Amanita muscaria, the fly allergic one. But I feel like that conscious kind of drunk, like how it feel fun, feel loose, feel talkative, but as well I still and as well I feel ultra aware of what's going on. So I don't feel as though I'm getting away from my worries, but I'm dealing with my worries. Cause during the come up, you got to get past the worries, and then after that, it's smooth sailing. It's smooth sailing instead of automatically drowning out your sorrows. It's like we get you past this real quick, and then you can have fun for the next 5 hours for the rest of your night. What's going on, Brad? Can you close the door? She might hit a wire. Can you close the door? She might hit a wire or something. Roxy is the dog that lives next door. Cool old Rockwaller. Y'all seen her come in live shows before. But I mean, and I wanted yes, what I was tying on about magic mushrooms, cuz see how it just allows you to be present in the moment. Be present in the moment. Like alcohol, if you're using it and to try to have fun and you already had like a so-called shitty day at the beginning of the day, if something is popping up that you didn't wasn't expecting, it can be mildly infuriating, or it can be extremely frustrating. Or people like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, get out of here! Like, come on, like, yo, like, or things can get violent. It can get perpetually violent. It can lead up to things that then break off into violence. Like that's how bar fights happen, especially at colleges, especially in the college stage, or even two grown men living in an apartment. just drinking 3 in the morning, just getting into something, But it seemed like if that same scenario was to come about and you was under a psychedelic, high dose or a little dose, that you would come to this, you would start having a real Thai versation, combining your mind with your heart and connect those two circles. Like whatever come out, not getting lost in one passion, but letting whatever come out, come on out. I'm gonna need that back. All right. Can you close it all the way? But yeah, but letting whatever come out, literally letting whatever come out, come on out. Cause with alcohol, it like works on the GABA receptors, so that has a numbing effect. It has a numbing effect that if you know how to keep that numb up, but your thoughts, you gonna be like, yo, don't break my numb right now. I'm chilling. I'm drunk, and I'm numb to feeling any kind of pain. Like some people, they can get drunk. You can like be punching them and stuff, or like, yeah, punch me in the face. Ooh, I didn't feel that. Come on, do it again. Ooh, like it literally numbs you to life. It doesn't have you experience what's really going on, but it can. But it's all about you. Like if you choosing to feel happy or anger. But it seems though alcohol, just for the story I'm saying, can perpetuate anger a lot more than psychedelics. Now you can get lost with acid. You can get lost with acid. I've heard stories of people getting angry with acid and stuff like that, and like putting a gun on the side of the table and like getting angry and just staring the person down and just having the thoughts just run through their head like. But yeah, that's pretty wild, right? But things like mushrooms and DMT, it's a whole nother type of otherworldly experience because it seems as though there is a presence there, a therapist there for the lamest terms, a therapist there that's with you, alongside of you, guiding you, as long as you're willing to let go. And with alcohol, it doesn't seem like it's nobody there but your damn self. It's like, yo, it's me and my ego. It's me and me. Or me and my homies. Like that's about it. And we squad out, we gooned out. Or we chilling, or we drinking martinis out by the sun. And we that's all it is. Like that, don't switch it up. And it's like, yeah, and that's the difference. That's mostly the difference. Is that and it's leads more to anger. Alcohol. It leads a lot more. Is able to lead more to anger. That path. But just to stay combined, because I know a lot of people out there after psychedelics, if you choose to drink, if you choose to drink, I think that things would be cool. You won't be set up. You won't be set up for the alcohol demon. Or I'm not. I don't like using the word demon, but for the alcohol terror. Like it's not so much for the alcohol to work with to bring out in the anger, or for you to feel frustrated, but you actually enjoy yourself. You actually enjoy the situation without any nervousness. But the thing about it with mushrooms that it brought me to is that I don't even drink anymore because I feel as loose as I already do on alcohol. It's just that body feeling that the alcohol will give me. Will give me like, oh, I feel the alcohol moving through my body. But then that always comes with freaking consequences. Because I'm one that is prone to hangovers. I've always been one that's been prone to hangovers and just feeling different the next day. Like feeling like I just gotta sit. Like my body is just, because I like to really feel the alcohol if I drink. Like, what's the point of 1, 2 sips? Like, let's feel it. So I guess my moderation is key. That's why I stopped even before I started drinking. But yeah, I just like to have fun. But yeah, a couple sips don't hurt. A couple sips of anything don't hurt. Unless it's a couple sips of radiation. Toxic waste. Yeah, so that's what I like the mushroom too, cause you'll get too lost. I don't like getting lost at anybody's trip that say this is bad for you or don't go do this, don't go do that. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Only thing I would say is be careful when you do that. How self aware are you when you're participating in this activity? Do you feel as though you're blocking out some of your own thoughts when you're participating in this scenario so that you can live in that scenario more? And even if you're living in that scenario more, are you bringing your full self-aware self to this scenario that now is different than it ever was before? Like now you're at the club, but now the club is never like it was before. The whole vibe is just it's just warped because you're there. It's like a shooting didn't happen today. Nobody got robbed. No shooting didn't happen today. Nobody got robbed today. Or like the best kind of scenarios happen for the people. Even because some people robbing is the best scenario for them. Like that was a good day. Sure did rob them niggas clean. It's happening every day with the banking system. It's happening every day in politics. And it's happening every day on the streets. It's a human thing. It's a human thing. It's not even not supposed anymore. It is. It happens. It happens. Uh. I'm about to switch gears. Because sun just helps pop. But did y'all see the movie Doctor Sleep? Doctor Sleep. I wanted to talk with this with True. I'm gonna talk this on his stream when I go on his stream. I'll bring it up. But the movie Doctor Sleep is a dope movie. It's a Thai-tastic movie. Thai-tastic. I give it 10, 10, 10 joints out of 10. 10 joints out of 10. It's cool. Doctor Sleep is a movie based off a book by Stephen King. Person that is probably like on his 10 millionth book by now. His mind, he just let his mind flow. But Doctor Sleep is a movie, and it's The Shining. It's a sequel to The Shining. And you know, The Shining was cool. Not even going to the particular, The Shining was cool because The Shining is a gift that they use in this universe to mean that you can pierce into other people's thoughts or have premonitions about the future or have, now that I watch the second one, a overall third eye open. Of overall being on some mushrooms and experiencing life experiencing this game at a higher level where you experience more than the norm. More creatures is popping out. Now things move interdimensionally and phase through walls, and communication is not just verbally. Now you like playing the game at that level. Like that's what The Shining is. That's the gift of The Shining. And then the second one, the guy, it was dope because the guy grew up. The boy in the movie grew up. And now he been living with this gift for all his life. And the way that he's been dealing with it, or living with it, hasn't really worked out for him. It hasn't really worked out in his favor. His mom passed, and now like he's trying to find himself. So he's traveling from city to city. He's on his nomad type stuff now. He's a nomad. He's a hermit. He's a gypsy. He's a walk. He's a walk right now. So that's what he's up to. But why I mentioned it, the only real things I want to mention about it is how he is still living with this shining gift. So he might wake up and it's this ghost that has this arms wrapped around him while he sleep, or this thing was person was communicating through a chalkboard and it wrote red rum. And you saw how in the last movie that was all scary, like, oh god, red rum, that means murder backwards. I don't know how to process this. It was just, oh, red rum, murder. Does that mean somebody's about to die? So then he just wrote back and responded back on the chalkboard. Who? Who? What's going on? This is clearly somebody talking to me. So it was like he had a whole bunch of equated to he had a whole bunch of psychedelic experience under his belt. So now he was chilling. And he was chilling. It wasn't no it wasn't no he wasn't freaking out. But then the cool thing about successful, we're back. That says that black guys like, I see that you have a gift. I was using this hand. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Oh wait, yeah, I'm gonna go with the middle one. I see that you have a gift. And that you can hear what I'm thinking, and he wasn't even moving his lips. He wasn't even moving his lips. He wasn't even a ventriloquist either. Hey, what's going on? Brian Morgan. Oh, Brianna Morgan. My sister name is Brianna, but hers is Brionna. Oh, I love seeing different spellings. I love it. And but in The Shining 2 and Doctor Sleep, you see that there's more kids with this gift. There's more kids with this gift out in the world. And was the problem the spookiness, the villain of this movie is these vampiric like entities because they're not humans, but they don't specifically say they're vampires. So it's a vampire-like entities that feed off of that feed off of kids that had kids or anybody you find out later in the movie that have this gift of the shining, and then these missing kid reports pop up. So it happens in the first 2 minutes of the movie. So I'm not really ruining that much for y'all, but it happens in the first 2 minutes of the movie. There's these vampire-like creatures, and they like to feed off the shining gift, and then the person is left demolished and is left dead after that. Is left dead, and then they continue on, and it's like a high for them. It's a high. It's a high to feed off of it, and this just has me think about the stories. If I want to just go into the stories that some people be reporting about how it's people feeding off of our energies because they don't want us to have our imaginations, and they feeding off our imaginations and things like that. It's people that go out there and they say these stories, so it reminded me of what other people say. I don't particularly buy much into it, but that's what goes on. That's what happens. But the Doctor Sleep was an awesome movie. I like the score, the music score that was in there. The music was cool in Doctor Sleep. Can I see the lighter? That's what you're giving me. The music was cool in Doctor. You could have tossed it. All right. So the music was cool in Doctor Sleep, and they had a couple throwbacks, a couple Easter eggs to tie back into what was happening in the first Doctor Sleep. But I ain't gonna do a full movie review right now. I'm just tying. I'm just tying. Oh yeah, guys. I think I'm gonna end it off right here. Thanks to everyone that passed through. Thanks to Brianna, Astroway, and Matias Sanchez. I appreciate all y'all for speaking up and letting it be known that y'all was here. I hope y'all had a good time. And we all tired, but do we really tired? Sometimes I don't know, dude. Sometimes I really don't know. Until next time. Until next time. Until next time. We always here. We always here. And check out everything that's been going on with yourself. And on the Tai channel. Check everything that's been going on the Tai channel with the funny skits. If y'all have any ideas for skits or any creative ideas that y'all want to come together and like make a dope, terrific project on, I'm always up and ready to do that. I'm always up and ready. I'm about to start doing some animations to animate some stories that be going on the True Life channel. So it's a lot of fun things, fun activities that's going to be coming out. The Instagram, I'm on Just Tai now. Instagram a lot more often now. Like posting stories, and I got hashtag trip out memes. That's my memes Instagram page because I gotta keep the fun alive. I gotta keep the fun interesting. And if I'm reading memes, that mean I gotta be producing memes or at least pushing other memes out there. Y'all know how the meme community is. But yeah, one love to everyone. Adios.